Hello movie fans, and welcome to my latest horror DVD update for the end of March. We're showing quite a lot of horror collections to start off with. So let's get started with this collection called Box of Blood, which is nicely packaged. There's some red liquid in there that looks like it's supposed to be blood. Comes in a nice box set. Cover there slightly damaged, but this only cost me £3 and it was a good set. So this includes In Search of the Real Dracula documentary, Dracula with Patrick Bergin, which I've never seen, Near Dark, of course the classic from the 80s, with Bill Paxton and Lance Henriksen, Nosferatu with Klaus Kinski, Vampires Out for Blood with Kevin Dillon and Lance Henriksen again, and the Vampires Daughters of Dracula. So that's the first set. Then we have some more of these 4 film collections. This one has Cabin Fever, Cabin Fever 2, The Descent and The Descent 2. Now I was slightly disappointed because I ordered 3 of these from the US and they all came with the spines that hold the DVDs in all damaged on all of them, which is slightly disappointing, so they're all loose. But good collection, that one. Cabin Fever, of course, really good. Cabin Fever 2 wasn't, but I like both of the Descent movies. I think they're both good. And we have this collection, which has Leprechaun with Jennifer Aniston, Pumpkinhead 2, Blood Wings, which was okay, not as good as the original, and Wishmaster 1 and 2, which I like both of. And this is another After Dark Horror Fest 4 movie collection with Borderland, Dark Ride, Unearthed and The Grave Dancers, which I've seen all of, and yeah, they were pretty good movies. Then we have this double bill of The Curse and The Curse 2 The Bite. The Curse stars Will Wheaton. I haven't seen that since the 80s, I think, when it came out on VHS. And Curse 2 The Bite with the gorgeous Jill Schoelen came out in this country as just The Bite. And I watched that last week, and yeah, it's a really good film. Then we have these 3 movie collections. This one has Aliens, Resident Evil and The Fly. These all come in a little slipcase. With all of the films packaged separately in their own little departments, which is nice, rather than having 1 or 2 films on either side of the discs. I watched The Fly last night. I've seen it a number of times. I haven't seen it for quite a number of years, but yeah, still a classic. Then we have this 3 movie collection with Roadkill, which was known as Joyride in the US, Wrong Turn and The Hole. The Hole I didn't enjoy much. I thought it was a little bit boring. Wrong Turn was great. The sequels were just okay. And Roadkill, aka Joyride, was really good. Then we've got this other collection, the Sword and Sliced box set with 5 films. This has Skinned Alive, Scarred, Jigsaw, Pieces and Sword. These all come packaged separately again, which is really nice. All in their own separate compartments. So that's a nice set. And another part of this collection I picked up as well, the Massacre box set. Once again packaged the same way as that, including Sorority House Massacre, The Cheerleader Massacre, Slumber Party Massacre, Motorhome Massacre and the Jackhammer Massacre. And strangely enough, I watched Slumber Party Massacre last week, but the actual cover of the disc is calling it Sorority Party Massacre, which it hasn't ever been known as. I mean, it still had the Slumber Party Massacre title on the movie, but it's just strange that the DVD should have that on there. But they were nice collections. Now let's move on to some remakes. First of all, we start off with My Bloody Valentine, which has also got the 3D version on here. It stars Jamie King, who I really like. I think she's a great actress. I like this remake. I thought it was really good. Seen it a number of times now in 3D and 2D, and just thought I'd best pick it up. Then we have The Wicker Man, a remake with Nicolas Cage, which the less said about the better, because this remake is just awful. The original had Edward Woodward and had the shock ending, and this is just nowhere near as good as that one. Then we have Dark Water with Jennifer Connelly, which I haven't seen yet. I have seen the original, which was quite eerie. Not very good reviews for this one, so I'll check that out soon. Then we have the remake of Psycho, which once again, nowhere near as good as the original. This one stars Vince Vaughn, Anne Heche and Julianne Moore, and I just found this to be okay. And then lastly we come to the remake of Halloween, Rob Zombie's remake. Of course I love the original. When I first saw this remake I hated it. I've seen it a couple of other times since, and yeah, if you treat it like it isn't a remake of the original, like it's a new film, it's not bad. Scout Taylor Compton's really good as Laurie, as is Daniel Harris as one of her friends. Malcolm McDowell, miscast as Dr. Loomis. Some nice cameos. You've got Danny Trejo, Udo Kier, Clint Howard. In the deleted scenes there's a cameo of Adrian Barbeau and Tom Towles, who was in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. Of course Dee Wallace plays Laurie's mum. So yeah, if you just treat it like it's a new film and it's not a remake of a classic, then it's just okay. Of course, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was just awful, just a complete mess. Then we move on to just normal movies. Start off with Solstice, which is kind of like a supernatural thriller, with Shawn Ashmore and Amanda Seyfried, which was okay. Sleepwalkers, which I really like. Good performances from Mädchen Amick and Alice Krieger, but when it gets to the graveyard scene and Brian Krause starts spouting off his one-liners, it just goes a bit downhill. A bit over the top he is, and kind of ruins it a bit for me, but still a good film. Then we have Cameron Romero, who's George A. Romero's son's Staunton Hill, which is just your run-of-the-mill kids ending up at a farm and being chopped up and their body parts being used for cash, which is okay. It's not anything of a standout movie. Then we have this supernatural thriller fantasy thing from M. Night Shyamalan, Lady in the Water, which I quite liked. Thought it was okay, not really a horror. Then we have The Cave, which I really liked. Thought it was really good. We have the original Resident Evil with Maya Jovovich and one of my favourite actresses, Michelle Rodriguez, which I just think is okay. I think it could have had more blood. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw it at the cinema, and it didn't have that much blood in it, but it was okay. Then we have Black Sheep, which is billed as hilarious, gore-packed horror comedy, which isn't either of them. I was really disappointed with this film, and I don't think I watched all of it. I think I turned it off part way through. Then we have Hit and Run, which is okay. It's not a classic film. You have this imaginatively titled Shark in Venice with Stephen Baldwin, which I haven't seen yet. But I do like shark movies, so I'll watch that soon. We have the original Fog, 2-disc special edition. I have the original American release, but I thought I'd pick up this 2-discer because I love the Fog. I think it's a classic. We have this Z-grade horror, The Slaughter, which I started watching last week, and special effects were just rubbish, and I didn't finish it. I'll leave that to another day when I'm had a lot to drink. We have this film, Satanic, with Jeffrey Combs, Angus Scrimm, James Russo, which has a really nice cover. I haven't watched it yet, but should be pretty good. We have Lost Souls, which is a supernatural thriller with Winona Ryder and Ben Chaplin, which I saw at the cinema and really didn't like. But I watched it again last week, and yeah, I quite enjoyed it. The ending still hate the ending though. We have this monster movie with Penelope Ann Miller, Tom Sizemore, The Relic, which I really liked. Some of the CGI special effects aren't that great, but yeah, still a good monster movie nonetheless. Here we have a couple of Neil Marshall films, Dog Soldiers, which I really enjoyed. Saw it at the cinema. And watched it again a couple of weeks ago when I picked it up, and yeah, I love it. And we have The Descent, which I showed you in the full movie pack. This is the 2-disc special edition, which I enjoy. I like this movie. You have this film, The Devil's Child, with Sam Rockwell and Vera Farmiga, which is known in America as Joshua, which is okay. I didn't think it was great. Then we have Murder Party, which I haven't got around to watching yet, which I've heard good things about, so I'll probably watch that soon. Then we have this prequel to Rose Red, The Diary of Ellen Rimbauer, which I really hated. I thought it was really boring, didn't seem to go anywhere, and I'm glad I picked it up cheap, because yeah, I really didn't like it. Then we have The Haunting, An American Haunting, which once again is just an okay film. It's not a classic. Stars Donald Sutherland and Sissy Spacek, which was yeah, just okay. Then we have this Australian zombie comedy, Undead, which I love. I think it's really good. I was really pleased because when I ordered this, had a different cover advertised, but I got the original cover, which is really nice because I like this cover. And it's the Anchor Bay one with all the extras. And I watched this the other day, and yeah, still love it. Then we have Hostel, the 2-disc Dungeon Deluxe Edition, which is just a 2-disc of Hostel with a nice slipcase. Saw 3 Extreme Edition. I just picked this up because I've only got Saw. I've got Saw 1, 2, 3 and 4 in a box set, but I've only actually got Saw and Saw 4 on Blu-ray, so I thought I'd pick up number 3. Then we have this film, which I thought I'd seen when I ordered it, Silent Scream, but I hadn't, and I watched it yesterday, and although it's your run-of-the-mill somebody who's covered up going around killing people, you know, he wears like a coat with the hood pulled up and like a ski mask. Yeah, it was not a bad film. For a 15, there was some quite good gore effects. I don't know what this cover's all about because that's not in the film. There isn't somebody chained up. But yeah, some quite good gore effects. Then we have this film. It's not really a horror, I suppose. It's more of a thriller. Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf. But I really like this film, and yeah, I've seen it a number of times. And last but not least is these two sort of teen horrors. The Covenant, directed by Rennie Harlin, and Blood and Chocolate. They're not great movies. I picked them up cheap just to add to my collection. I didn't finish this film. I thought it was rubbish. Couldn't believe that Rennie Harlin directed it. He used to direct really good films. Cliffhanger, Die Hard 2. And I did watch all of this film, but well, when you've got a horror that's only a 12, and it's not going to be great, is it? So there you have it. That's my horror DVD update for the end of March. Hopefully over the next few months I'll have some other updates rather than just horrors. I'll be doing normal films and box sets, steelbooks. This year I've been concentrating on getting shelves, as you can see, for my DVD collection, because a lot of them were in boxes. That was really disappointing me, not having them on the show, but been working my way through buying 1 or 2 shelves each week, and they're nicely displayed now. Blu-rays there, as you see. My steelbooks, DVD steelbooks, I love steelbooks, so yeah. I'll be working my way, maybe I'll do an overview. There's more box sets at the top there. Maybe I'll be doing some overviews. I've got 2 shelves full of horrors. So yeah, once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.